Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Car Ride Reactions, the show where you're never too small to ball. I just walked out of the new Goat movie, brought to you by the same studio. It's Sony that brought us the amazing Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse movies. It stars Caleb McLaughlin from the Stranger Things series, plays Lucas in there. Ton of other good voice casts and actors in there. I think Steph Curry himself, who was an executive producer in this movie, I think he actually acted for the giraffe. Lenny, I think was his name. So I think David Harbour was in there. I mean, just great cast, voice cast all the way around. So um, awesome animation, great voice cast, and I really enjoyed the story. I mean, I'm gonna give you a ranking for this movie as through the lens of it's a kids movie. So like I'm not gonna like compare this the same way I would compare or I have a different scale for this than I would for like One Battle After Another or Sinners or something like that. So that being said, I'm through a kid's lens going to give this an easy 8 out of 10. I thought it was a really enjoyable story. I thought it was heartfelt. I thought there was some good messages in there. I thought the music was great. Honestly, yeah, no real complaints at all about this movie. I mean, maybe my one complaint about the movie is and this is more of an age demographic thing, just because of like the era I come from. I didn't love that how he got discovered or how he ends up making his favorite team in the movie. It's not like in real life where you would like get drafted or work your way up or something like that. He basically has like a viral video and it gets added as like a promotional stunt. Like in that sense, it's kind of a lot like it does feel like Space Jam for the new generation, but in that sense, it also was a lot like Mike. If you've ever seen that, the movie was kind of a combination of Space Jam, like Mike, maybe like a Finding Nemo or a Zootopia, just in the way they like world build for all the animals and everything like that. Yeah, I mean, so just really unique feel. Like felt even though they did use tropes from like some other movies that have already been played out before and we've seen more than once, really just felt like a really unique and refreshing movie, and I really enjoyed. Very happy for Steph Curry that it appeared. I saw this movie a little later. I didn't see it on opening night. I think I'm like I am seeing it opening weekend, and just based on like my crowd reactions and some of the reviews I saw before the movie, it seems like people are really liking this, and I think that's good. I'm happy for Steph that's happening. That Sony studio that brought us the Spider-Verse movie. Those Spider-Verse movies are fantastic, man. Like fantastic. So more success from that studio is something I will gladly welcome, because if they're going to keep pumping out stuff like this and the tweaking of the art style, like even this art style is, it's completely different. I mean, the Spider-Verse movies have their own special, unique type of animation where they blend like multiple styles, but even this feels like completely unique from something like that. So really enjoyed it. I mean, my nephew just turned 5, and I guess he's been 5, but my nephew's 5, and he's been getting more into basketball recently. He's on a team, or he was on a team and for the first time, and he plays a little bit at school. And when I am in town, I shoot with him. He's got a little basketball going in his gym or in his room and everything. So I was thinking about him a lot while I was seeing this movie, and I was like, I think my nephew would really like this movie, and I think it would also kind of help, just I guess, encourage that interest that he has in basketball, because it's very cool. I mean, it's very geared towards kids, and they didn't even really call it basketball in the movie. They call it roar but it's basketball. I mean, they're dribbling a basketball. They're playing on a court. The only thing that's really like different is like there's like terrains on the court. Like there's like maybe they're playing on ice or they're playing with trees on the field or whatever. That actually I thought was really cool. The world building aspect of like the different cities and the different terrains the basketball courts were on, and how they use that. And honestly, like this, because you have to make, like when you make a movie like this, if you're gonna have animals, playing a sport or doing uh, human activities or whatever, you have to kind of like design certain things. So like, for example, the giant giraffe, like having the ball roll down his neck and into a pass for an alley oop, stuff like that's really like just really cool, like decisions that, like, I mean, those things don't come naturally. That's like people in a room deciding what they want or how they want things to look, and then they got to make it look cool. So just, I mean, I cannot give enough credit to the animators. Like, it really was the best animated movie I've seen since the Spider-Verse movies, which is the best animated movies I've ever seen. So, I mean, just, I know I keep saying this, but just what a cool movie, man. What a great, movies like this are like movies that make me mad that I keep hearing like some studios don't want to make unique properties anymore, like new properties. They only want existing IPs. They want to like do spin-offs or do like a seventh version of a movie. And I'm not mad at that. Listen, I'm going to see Scream 7 next week, and I'm excited for Scream 7. But like, I don't only want to see, like, I don't want my kids and my niece and nephew and all that stuff, like, or my future kids and my niece and nephew and all that stuff to like be watching the 20th sequel to like stuff that came out when I was a kid. I want them to have their own unique stuff too. And like, so movies like this, I think, are important. And I think it's important that they do well too. So I saw on Letterboxd going into it, it looked like 3.5, 4 out of 5 was kind of the average score it was getting, which I think's good. I mean, you're not going to get a lot of people to give fives to things, so I think that's like a really good average score. I had seen the box office reviews were great, and then, like I said, just like my in-person experience, like people, I could tell, really liked it in the theater, and like walking out of the theater, I could really hear people kind of talking, like parents asking their kids, they're like, "Oh, did you like it?" And the kids loved it. I could hear the kids clapping at the end when the final game concluded and stuff. So I think this could be one of those hits. I hope it does. I'm 32, and like if you're my age or around it, we had Space Jam. We had a really really great iconic like sports movie. I know like critically that movie is not considered like a quote unquote good movie, but it has the nostalgic feel. It pushed kids into basketball more. It got kids to know who like Michael Jordan and the Looney Tunes were if they didn't already. So yeah, just move, like, I think movies like this are important to the culture. I think it's important to have good, unique movies for kids for all eras. I think sports movies are important too, especially as society becomes more digital and we're getting more into people like kids being indoor kids. Like, I mean, my generation was indoors way more than my parents' generation was, and it feels like we were outdoors 1,000 times more than the current generation of kids is. So, um, anything that's going to encourage kids to like play sports and be active and everything like that, I'm all for. So yeah, I'm gonna, I've already texted my family and said, hey, go take, my niece and nephew to see this if you got time. I think they'd really enjoy it. If not, when it comes out on DVD or not DVD, and dating myself here, streaming or whatever, like totally worth watching for them. So I think there was like a few like adult jokes in there that would definitely be over kids' heads, but they put those in there for people like us. So definitely, this is, I think, family friendly. I think kids of all ages are good to see this one. So yeah, I mean, pulling up to the apartment now. I guess I'll leave it there for my review of Goat. I mean, that was kind of a lot of thoughts I threw at it, but I enjoyed it a lot, man. I really did enjoy Goat. So go see it in theaters if it's one that you're interested in. If you got a family that like you think you're just looking for a movie to take the whole family to, I think this is the one, man. I think this is the one. Uh, Maybe my movie of the year so far. I mean, it would be either this, Send Help, or How to Make a Killing, but all three are such different movies that it's kind of hard to compare. So anyway, yeah, that's it for Goat. Coming up next, we got Scream 7. Obviously, we keep saying in March we got Project Hail Mary. I just did for Scream 7. I just did my ranking of the previous Scream movies, the previous 6 Scream movies. It's out there on TikTok right now. I'm gonna do one for the ghost faces for each movie. I'm gonna do a ranking for that too. So if you're interested in videos like that or rankings like that, or just want to see us do more show content and things like that, we're posting more of that on TikTok and Instagram. So go ahead and give us a like and follow out there. If not, subscribe to YouTube and keep getting these reviews as they come in. See what movies we got coming out and coming next, and make sure you don't miss anything. Also, just like and subscribe helps with the engagement and the algorithm and pushes us to more people. So appreciate you guys watching. If you're a first time listener and watcher, appreciate you making it to the end of the video. If you keep coming back for more, we appreciate your guys' support. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Later.